Hey. What's good, everyone? Welcome. Today I want to show you how we made that new song called Again. That shit's a crazy banger for real. Actually, my first collab. And yeah, let's see what's under the hood here.
What you know about me? Yeah. What do you know about me? I be hanging with fiends, I be doing this shit every day. Bitch, I can show up, I'm slacking and spray. Running it up and I never go change. I got it up to my seat clean now. Nobody else will rap me like Nemo. Benjamin and drugs try to keep me safe. Hey, I might go insane. I might blow my brain if I don't have the pain. Never go back to the same old days. No, I'm never going back to the same old ways. Hey, yeah. Bitch, put me as that. Run it up, do it again. Bitch, she don't call me a die.
Yeah, that should go insanely hard. And I kind of started a new era with this, so I was kind of making like this more cinematic dark trap before it. And here I really started going for that underground sound, blending different genres like jerk, also kind of like a yeet trap, going for some super trap here and there. Yeah, so let's actually see how the project file looks and sounds like.
What do you know about me? Yeah. What do you know about me? I be hanging with fiends, I be doing this shit every day. Bitch, I can show up, I'm slacking and spray. Running it up and I never go change. I got it up to my seat clean now. Nobody else around me like Nemo. Benjamin and drugs try to keep me safe. Hey, I might go insane.
Alright, since that was my first ever collab, usually always make my own stuff, right? I make my own melodies, my own media. I never use samples, but this was the first time of me using samples. Just cause I had to collab somehow with Michael. By the way, big shout out Michael. He will show you how he made the melody. So he sent me over these stems, so 5 track out sorta, and I just added the rest. So yeah, again, this was my first ever collab, so I only made drums and a couple other melodies and the bass. But this is what I got from Michael. Let me actually show you the stems that he sent me, so you know how I started this. By the way, I made everything on stream. If you want to see how I made it, like see me struggle with these stems, you can go back to that stream. Also, I recorded my vocals freestyle on stream, everything like that. So everything happened in one stream, and that was actually pretty crazy, right? So this is what I got from Michael. I kind of pitched it a little, played around with the pitch and rearranged it, and without mixing it started like this. So this was how it started out. So overall, I just did a lot of mixing, try to control the frequencies, try to control the balance, added delay, added reverb, all that stuff, you know, try to get it proper sounding, right? Then I added a sub bass. Let me show you that one. Actually, this sub bass came from Michael. That's a pretty hard sub bass for real. That sounds so hard. Then I was thinking how I want to arrange this shit, and I was going for a verse that is kind of jerkish and a drop that is more like super trap rage shit. And I started doing some drums, started with some jerk drums. With a little filter open in the intro. And I was just playing with different filters, so all over the beat I use different filters and different growth speed settings just to give it some bounce. Yeah, played around with a couple of rolls to my drums. Play around with different pitches, all sorts of things, right? So pretty simple drums for the beginning, and then I went for some hi-hats that sound a little crazy on their own. But they just sound great in context, especially with the vocals.
I got it up to must see clean now. Nobody else around me like Nemo. Benjamin and drugs try to keep me safe. Hey, I might go insane. I might blow my brain if I don't numb the pain. Never go back to the same old days. No, I'm never going back to the same old ways. Hey.
I love the sub bass, by the way. It just sounds so good with these dark sounding drums. That should be slamming big time.
I got it up to must see clean now. Nobody else around me like Nemo. Benjamin and drugs try to keep me safe.
That shit hard. That shit hard. So for the drop, I added a 808. Also layered it together with the sub bass, and I used the track spacer for this. So whenever the 808 hits, especially on the low end, it kind of gets rid of all the sub bass, which really makes the mix very clean while stacking so many sounds. That's actually pretty hard. So for the 808, I just go with Decapitator, and I go for multi-band clipping. So I just love to isolate a band from my 808 and clip the shit out of it, make it sound even bigger and harder, you know. Like go for extreme clipping on a parallel send, as well as some ozone where I really open up the top end to try to get it more stereo, and send that to the reverb so I can have like this big ass 808 while still retaining the dynamic and retaining my mid image and my impact, right? So here in the hook, basically what I did is take away the jerk drums and added these hi-hats, like these yeet hi-hats. Come on. Go, good stuff. yo, Darian, what's good? What's good? Yeah, we do all the good stuff. Check out these drums, bro. Come on.
Bitch, she don't call me a dime. She wanna link with a fence. Said I won't do it again. Then I went did it again. Can't keep my dick in my pants. She reach it out cause she.
So the thing is, we got two different hi-hats that play around. I have one hi-hat that does this, and I have another hi-hat just bouncing back and forth with the first one, right? So I just try to make it a little more complex, so it kind of slams a little harder. And then we blend in this open hat that we had in the jerk drums. So yeah, it's a little variation coming here and there, right? Then for the verse, I really did quite something. First thing I did was halftime all his melody, but I kind of mixed it differently for the halftime, so it sounds a little better. Small riser. Beach sound like a hit. You should add a hook. Yes, sir, bro. This has a hook. So this one, the drop is the hook. That shit sounds like a movie, bro. It sounds like an old, I don't know, like GoldenEye, James Bond movie or something. That shit hard. So this is the verse where Michael starts his rapping. Let's actually listen to his rapping right quick.
Man, I'm getting phone records. Bitch, I been phone my records. Bitch, I been phone my records. I can't fuck my back. You ain't never felt these millions. You ain't never felt these billions. How the fuck about these billions? If I count all.
And here we felt like, oh no, there's too little energy for Michael to be on, right? So I added a couple of tweaks. Listen to these bitches, bro. First thing that I did was reintroduce his string and get this little piano. So the piano is so much in the background you can barely hear it. You can barely hear this bitch, right? But together with the arps, so I introduced a couple of arps, two different arps. One is going left, one is going right, and then it sounds really crazy. Check out this bitch, bro. Come on.
Put a P on it like you just don't make no killer. How the fuck I found these rackets? How the fuck I build this bag?
So much for the verse. What you guys saying? This shit's so tough. Hey, yo, I appreciate you for real, bro. Neuro, do you rap on this? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The full song is already out. It is linked here, also in the description if you want to check it out. We just dropped that song yesterday. Yeah, I fuck with that song so hard, bro. For real, for real. I feel like probably one of my best beats. Yeah, Mike on some shit. For real, for real. Might be spazzing out on that beat, bro. Bro, that's crazy. For real, for real. I can show you all guys his vocals in solo that I mixed. I feel like they go hard as fuck. Just check those.
How the fuck about these billions? If I count all my shots, then you know I can't see, can't fall these minions. Yeah, you know I can't fold these minions. If I let a pee on nigga like you, this song ain't no killing.
Ah, that's hard. This shit hard. Was good. Was good. Track was catchy as fuck, boy. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. For real, for real. It turned out so good, even though we had like no effort almost in it. Like all my bars were freestyle. I just freestyled this whole bitch, like one take it in chat. Like chat told me, yeah, can you rap like that? Can you rap like that? And I was like, yeah, bro, come on, do that. Was good 9, bro, was good. When the music video coming, yeah, it'll be a little hard to do because he fucking in Ohio and I'm here in Austria, so it'll be hard to do that. I was thinking of making another music video for real though. Yeah, I gotta talk to him. How to make sloppy Joe type chords. What? Yeah, that's hard to say, bro. That's hard to say. This song is fucking hard. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I bet. So let's just check this final verse where we had Michael on it. So for the final verse, I just decided to play like the intro, just give everything back, sort of. So this is kind of like the biggest part where the most shit happens, and I could get away with it because my vocal is a little bit, I don't know, like fuller. I use more layers, and Michael uses way less layers than I do, so I could just let it slide that way. So let's check out Michael's verse.
How the fuck I found these rackets? How the fuck I build this bag? If a motherfucker like you would've told me, then this boy wouldn't have it. Man, you know I come around packing. If a pussy boy try action, put a one shot to the head, motherfucker, they think I play by static. Whatever you think, I'll walk around like I'll be ready for static. Man, you know I walk around with real big guns, real big automatics. If you think I did it, then you know it's tragic. Then you know we grabbing to the bitch on, yeah. They y'all done put me as that. Run it up, do it again. Bitch, she done call me a dad. She wanna link with the fans. Said I wouldn't do it again. Then I went did it again. Can't keep my dick in my pants.
So much for that. And then for my hook, there's only like my hook on repeat, but we added a couple of master decision. So I want to show you how I mastered it. I don't know what you guys want to see. If you guys want to see how I mix the vocal, I can also show you that. But I feel like most interesting is my mastering, because this is how I really get these songs so fucking loud. And yeah, you're right, he from Illinois. I confused him with Eski. Eski from Ohio. Like, the states are so big, I keep confusing the names of all the states, bro. Yeah, I feel like we're done. So I can only play you the drums in solo for the hook, if you want to hear those. Wait, you gotta get the 808. So it's such an easy beat. It's such a simple beat, for real. Such a simple beat, but they tend to be the best beats, for real. Let me show you the master now. I feel like this hard. I'll fuck with the master. Mike will also make a stream where he shows how he made the melodies and which instruments he used and shit. So this is my mastering, and it might look a little overkill because I got so many fucking plugins and I got 3 different masters. Yeah, let's start with this first bit. On the master, I usually just go for some compression. So I go for this type of compression where I isolate the mid-range and go into a O-zone. And I do all the heavy lifting on the O-zone, sorta. So let me show you that shit. Because I was noticing we were lacking a lot of low mids. That's what I try to fix.
I know you bad. What you know about me? Yeah. What do you know about me? I be hanging with fiends, I be doing this shit every day. Bitch, I can show up, I'm slacking and spray. Running it up and I never go change. I got it up to my seat clean now. Nobody else will rap me like Nemo.
I feel like the most impressive shit is the side image, mostly. Might have to watch your lives for some tutorials, but I'm going more for that greedy mix right now. Oh, you can do that. I can also do that, so it really depends what you want to have. Let me play you a beat right quick. It's called Money Talk. So this one is like really that Detroit type mixing, I'd call it. Like Babytron, hood trap, completely distorted shit. So it really depends what you want, right? This type is more gritty. The other one that I show right now is kind of more professional. It really depends what you want, but I can do both.
New road, run it up.
Bro, I can't wait to rap on that bitch. So what it's about is you can decide whatever you want. It's just good to know these kind of like rules in mixing, to know how to get that proper mix and shit. Because every mix engineer, every producer has his own taste, right? But there are some things that really stand out among most mixers. So if you think about new underground like Wraith 9, SD Kit, we got like these crazy distorted mixes that still have very clarity, that have a retain like that big clarity, retain the transients or the transient management, getting them drums to knock. And these are kind of like my standout things. So if you want to have a mix, like usually my client, if a client wants a mix from me, he wants to have these crazy big drums, that clean upfront vocal. So like everyone has their own trademarks, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Hard. Hey, yo, appreciate that, bro. I already know how to do that. I'm just saying that the music I'm making right now ain't sounding the best on purpose. Not as good. That's good. For example, Babytron, very good example. Or Kosher, or Ken Carson, all that shit, right? So this one also very distorted. If you listen to the hook, I'm gonna show you that shit.
Ways, ayy, yeah, bitch, I put me in Zen, run it up, do it again, bitch, she don't call me a die, she wanna link with the fans, said I won't do it again, then I went did it again, can't keep my dick in my pants, she reaching out cause she bad, bitch, I put me in Zen, run it up, do it again, bitch, she don't call me a die, she wanna.
So this one is a little insane. You should probably never go that low, even though it's crazy if you can get that low without reaching like obvious distortion. But here I was just trying to prove shit, right? Here I just try to prove that I'm louder, that I'm sort of better like the rest of the underground right now, for real, while again still trying to retain that clarity and not clip too much. Because if you listen to my final limiter, let's check that delta. So there's a way to check that delta right quick. Wait, come on, in the hook. The crazy thing about my final limiters, it still only grabs my transients, which just means that not even the vocal is not even getting too distorted, which is like the magic of my master. Like this is really, I don't want to glaze myself, but that shit is not bad.
Ways, ayy, yeah, bitch, put me in Zen, run it up, do it again, bitch, she don't call me a die.
For example, check me wanting to distort my signal. Let's go 1.5 dB harder.
Ways, ayy, yeah, bitch, put me in Zen, run it up, do it again, bitch, she don't call me a die, she wanna link with the fans, said I won't do it again, then I went did it again, can't keep my dick in my pants.
Which means I could have gone even harder on this bitch, bro. Overall, this is kind of like the magic that I do in my shit. And I just try to improve my game even more. And even more and even more. And get better and better. Even though I'm kind of close to my limit, bro. I don't even know what to do other than that. Yeah, that's that. So I already know how to do it. Yes, sir. I got you. Might have to be one of your clients soon. How much you charge? So for mix, if it's only a vocal mix in a beat, then it's 100. If it's vocal and beat and master, so full mix, 150. Yeah. Even on a live stream, your mixes sound loud as fuck, LMAO. Bro, this shit is crazy, bro. Trust me, just read that value or just check my perceived loudness. So there are a couple of things that are really important, at least for me. But like most mixers like to have that, which is like perceived loudness, transient control, stereo image, and like frequency distribution. These are like your main points. I just try to have them. I just try to have that bitch going on. So that's it. I don't know if anyone has any questions about the mix and shit still. Other than that, I'm done with showing you how I made this shit. Michael will show you how he made the melody. And I'll probably start another stream in half an hour. Let's try to make more beats or more songs. We go see. Yeah, so much for that. Do you have a beat that's distorted as fuck, like Ken Carson? See how loud it is too. Do you have a beat that's distorted as fuck, like Ken Carson? See how loud it is too. Yeah, let's pull up a beat right quick that is very loud. Which one do I have? What's the one called? Platty. I feel like that one is very loud, but it's like more two hollies. It's kind of like more two hollies rather than Ken Carson. Let's check the loudness on this beat. Yeah, let's see what we get. -5, -4. Yeah, this is pretty hard already, but I can go louder. So this one is kind of like more two hollis type. I got some Ken Carson beats too. I just gotta check my beats right quick.
Give him noodle.
So you should easily hit -6 if you distort it the right way, if you get it the right way. You get me? Top-notch clarity, bro. Good job. Appreciate that, for real, for real. So I got a couple of those really fucking loud songs. Yeah, I just love underground. I just love that very distorted shit, but not too distorted. Again, I like to have clarity. So I have a couple of trademarks to my music and shit that I like to have. For example, even though I might use a shaper box and shit, I like it when you can still see the MIDI and not always print and reverse and then print again and make these crazy ass melodies. I don't fuck with that too much, but I get the appeal. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be a boomer like that. I get the appeal, but I just like my melodies to still be visually seeable, like on the MIDI and shit. I like to have my drums still audible. I like to have my vocals still audible and not all over the place, right? So I have kind of this approach between old school and new school, like underground and industry. I try to be somewhere in between. I don't know. I'll fuck with that. Rage opened my eyes to how corny as fuck 90s rap. Yeah, I'm with you. And didn't give a fuck if I were the foundation. If they were the foundation. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I fuck with Rage, especially digital Rage and hyper pop Rage, like this one here. I fuck with that shit a lot. Yeah, so I'll probably be working on more songs, doing more mixes and shit. But this was it for now. I just wanted to show how I made this song. I'll be back with a stream in half an hour to an hour. Just go have a little snack. Then I'll be back. So thank you for watching. I hope you could learn a thing or two from this. More songs coming soon. New song with Michael coming in 2 weeks. Yeah, peace, bro. Peace out, bro. Stay well. Goodbye. Thanks for watching, guys.